unless like it, maybe if Anthony Richardson is sitting there on the board at 7, you call Josh and you say, hey, do you really want Mac Jones? But also, is Josh going to want Mac Jones over Anthony Richardson? I don't know.
Right.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So,
and is Mac worth 7? Like, are they going to give up 7 for Mac? That's what I don't know either.
Probably not. And you know what? He's probably not. But I'm not. For all and there's all these reports about how they're still behind Mac Jones and all this. People just having fun stirring up headlines. Like, there's nothing to it. There are very few scenarios. I don't know that there are any realistic scenarios where they trade Mac Jones and become a better team in 2023. I just don't think it exists.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think
so.
It
unless they want to make the team worse, it's not going to happen.
Well, I don't think they want to make the team worse, Alex. I think that, as Belichick
that's exactly
that's what point. It would do. Yeah, but I wonder about the Richardson stuff. I don't think he's going to be there at 7. He had the best combine I think I've seen from a quarterback. Again, we talked about it on Friday where the Richardson meeting was more so probably some advanced scouting from the Patriots department and not necessarily a looking to draft Richardson. He's not going to be there. He's going to be a top 5 pick. He was outstanding at the combine this week. We'll get into it when we do quarterbacks. But I would agree. Mac Jones rumors are a whole lot of nothing. So last rumor before we get into the positions is Matt Patricia. Our friend Karen Garrigan from the Herald tweeted this afternoon that she's hearing that Matt Patricia has a shot to land with the Eagles on their defensive staff. She said it would presumably be as a linebackers coach. My favorite part of this potential pairing is that Matt Patricia was the defensive coordinator for the Patriots when they played the Eagles with Nick Foles. He let up 41 points to a backup quarterback. I think Patricia's a solid defensive mind. I think he would be, if he wants to, continue coaching in this league, it's as a defensive assistant. It's not as a coordinator. It's certainly not as an offensive coordinator. So, I mean, good on him if he lands elsewhere on a defensive as a defensive assistant. But I thought it was kind of funny that it might be with the Eagles.
The funniest thing about it to me is that Darius Slay, who's one of the Eagles' most important players, hates him. Like, he literally said earlier this year, I do not respect him as a man. So,
Darius Slay to the Patriots?
You're right. Yeah. How about I'll do that trade. I'll do that trade. Matt Patricia for Darius Slay.
Sign and trade.
Who says no? So, yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Dan Graziano in that same thing, that same column today, reported, and this was sort of known, but it hadn't really been like official per se. But Matt Patricia's contract is up in New England, so he is a free agent coach, if you will. So anywhere he signs, the Patriots have nothing to do with. So it sounds like his contract is up. It also sounds like he's probably not coming back. So for all those Matt Patricia haters out there, it sounds like you're in a good spot from that point of view. All right, let's do combine, Alex. Quarterbacks. Let's start quarterbacks because we just talked about him, but Florida's Anthony Richardson absolutely dominated Indy this week. I think he's probably the talk of the entire weekend. His 40 and a half inch vertical was a quarterback record. He ran a 4.44 40-yard dash. His draft stock is skyrocketing. He's 6'4", 244. He had a 10 flat RAS score. And so Richardson just completely dominated. He also looked solid in the throwing sessions as well. I know the knock on him as a prospect has been his consistency, his accuracy, his ability. He's sort of, is back and forth in that area. But I think Anthony Richardson was the number one winner of the entire combine, just showing his quickness, his athleticism, and I think he cemented himself as a top 5 pick at the end of April.
Yeah, he was up there. Look, I'll be honest. I think that he was the biggest winner at quarterback. Hendon Hooker wasn't far behind. Just that report.
You are really on the Hendon Hooker.
The report alone from Ian Rappaport that he's going to be ready to start the season, I think, is major. I think that puts him in play in the first round. I think without that, if he doesn't clear those medicals, you're talking about probably a guy who's borderline top 100. If teams really believe he can be ready to start the season, there's some teams at the end of the first round who still sort of need a quarterback. teams like the Saints, right?
Yeah, we've talked about the Saints with him. Yeah.
I don't think that situation look, it's not take anything away from Anthony Richardson. He was obviously fantastic. But
fantastic.
Whether it's the Cowboys, whether it's the Saints, whether it's a team, the Eagles have 2 first-round picks. Like, they could move back from 30. I think that's totally realistic. Kind of how the Ravens got Lamar, right? Yeah. Moving up in 19, right?
Yes.
18.
18. Patriots
yeah,
won the
18.
Super Bowl in
Yeah,
19.
yeah.
It was Sony
whatever it is, right? That report to me. Okay, so I shouldn't say like I think he was close with Anthony Richardson for the biggest win. Like, let me rephrase that.
There we go. Yeah. Take it down a notch.
I think lost in the Anthony Richardson hype, which is fair.
Yeah.
That is a major story that got very little attention. That Hendon Hooker's on track to be ready to start the season.
That's a fair point. I would agree. And I think that
because that's what we do on the show. Everybody on every show is going to be talking about Anthony Richardson this week. We're going to give you the other angle. That to me,
why would you ever start the show with that? Silly me. No, but as far as the trading up into the back end of the first round for a quarterback, I love that move. Like you said, with what the Ravens did with Lamar, the Vikings did it with Teddy Bridgewater a few years prior to that too, because that 5th-year option is so massive, especially for a quarterback contract where you're going to pay hand over fist for a guy if he's your guy. So having that extra year of flexibility is massive.